That's all I'm doing.
And people are listening to you.
Well, they're listening to me commentate. I'm telling everyone how it works.
Everything we've said you'd learn in history at school. Everything we're saying is factual. It's not. We're not
what
just
would you
saying.
learn in history at school about?
Well, I didn't really listen
sleeping
too
with
much at
people?
school, but yeah, I learned at school that people had their head shaved.
Yeah.
Like you learn about what happened at the war, and that happened. That's factual. You didn't ever learn at school, oh, the women went to war. No, of course they didn't. They stayed at home. They cooked. They had the house ready. Like it stayed the same. Everything was.
No, I said cities were less moral. If I said more moral, I do that sometimes. I swap words. I meant less. Like people in the middle of nowhere, they always seem more like mentally clear. And I think it's because then people start caring about who's popular in the group and just all the group dynamics come in. And people that tend to be like more on their own, they have like this mental clarity.
And it's factual.
Yeah, like Rob, what have I said that's incorrect? And the reason I'm saying all these things is to highlight how it's awfully hypocritical for anybody in modern Western society, anybody who believes in women's liberation, anyone who believes women should be allowed to vote, anyone who believes in women are allowed to lead a country, anyone who listens to their wife's stupid opinions on anything, to give Bonnie a second of hard time. Just because it's all the same thought pattern. It's all the same thought process. If you're a man who says, I have a wife and we got married when she was a virgin and she doesn't vote and she obeys me absolutely and I'm the king of this household.
So you're saying I'm making excuses for Bonnie Blue. I don't think so. I don't condone what she's doing. But I sure as hell think she's more useful than these nagging, bitchy, fat wives who don't blow their husbands, which is most of them. I think she's better than them. Sorry, I do.
Then maybe you could have an opinion. But if you're going to sit there and go, oh, my wife has a past, but I love her anyway, then fucking shut the fuck up. And that's 99% of men. Rob, do you understand that about 3 times a week I see a woman I've plowed get married on Instagram? Do you understand? I see it. I see the man walking down the aisle holding her hand, doing the whole humiliation ritual. I see the whole thing. He got on one knee. And I just watch it. I was like, bro, what the fuck?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, though.
No, but there is.
But why? Like,
because I know what happened that night.
but people
So
have
it
got
is.
fucked.
Well, aren't you under investigation for things like that?
Give a fuck. But the point is this. If that man's going to go, everyone has a past, then who is he to comment on anything else? Because her past was me, sir.
So are all of your girlfriends virgins before you?
Well, here's where you have to, as a man, do your best to find a woman, if you want to take her seriously, with as little history as possible, if that's the kind of thing that bothers you.
And does it bother you?
Well, it depends.
I mean,
Because-
surely your best place to go then is high school.
Well, we have to be careful. I'm under investigation here. But it depends because there's different categories of women. Mm-hmm. Right? Everything in life is actually fine if you keep everything in the right place. If you use a fork.
I don't think Bonnie is the same thing as a drug dealer. Because I don't think sex is the equivalent. Like, I don't think if a guy has sex with Bonnie Blue, he might not cheat on, well, he might have that release for like a week or whatever, you know. I mean, I know it's faster than that, but heroin hooks people for life, you know. Like, I just don't think a guy seeing a hooker and the effects on a guy seeing a hooker and a dealer is the same thing.
For forking and a spoon for spooning, everything's fine. It only gets confusing when you try and mix the two up. All men love whores. Men love whores.
We've got good technique.
Of course. Any man who sits there and says...
So you love whores then?
Well, any man who says he doesn't love whores is a fucking liar.
So you love whores?
Well, if I'm on a boat in Miami, I don't want
Would
nuns.
you prefer a blowjob with your teeth or the mouth? You need someone with experience.
Well, if you want girls who are just a good time, they're not going to be that emotionally invested. They're probably going to be sluts. If you're going to go to a party with 20 women, you want women who are just a good time. Good time women are hoes and men love hoes. But men want the dichotomy because we want our cake and eat it. We want a wife and we want hoes and we want both. Mm. It only gets confusing for a man when he puts them in the wrong category. What will happen is a man will meet a hoe, fall in love with her because he can't control himself, and then try and say, oh, no, she's wifey because he's in love with her because he's an idiot. But if you're me and you can sit and go, okay, that one's a good one. She's wifey. Those are the hoes. They're this. And you just keep everything in its right place. It's fine.
So Bonnie's a hoe.
I don't want to insult Bonnie Blue.
You can't insult me.
I mean, you called her a hoe when I last talk to you?
No, I said she was a whore. And
I said, what's the difference between a
Big
hoe and a
difference.
whore?
well, there is a big difference because whores get paid. And whores are actually a much higher social standing than a hoe because hoes are fucking dumb and they do it for free.
Yeah.
Whores make money. So I think she's
I
a
didn't
whore.
know that difference.
Well, now you do.
Now I do.
I always
So-
say people can call me a prostitute, slut, slag, whore, whatever. I don't care. Like, you just can't insult me. Like, I own it. Whatever word you want to call me, whether you
But
say I'm
it's not even
disgusting.
insulting. It's just a factual description.
Yeah.
It's a factual description.
If anything, it turns me on.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's why she's so good at her job.
By the time you finish calling me a whore, I'm going to leave this chair with a wet patch.
Well, there you go. That's why she's so good at her job.